Hello, Professor Connolly. This is Trevor Steedman. This is my Apply Your Knowledge 4 podcast assignment. It's the first podcast I've ever done, so kind of excited about it. The topic I chose is fried ice cream. And many people who've been to Mexican restaurants have enjoyed the dessert at the end, the delicacy that's known as fried ice cream. And typically what they do is take a ball of ice cream, normally vanilla, and they coat it in a very light dusting or a very light batter and flash fry it quickly just to get the outer coating crispy prior to the ice cream ball melting, and then they serve it up with some side condiments that we'll talk about in a few minutes. What I'm going to show you is a way to duplicate that process, and actually it's what I call a poor man's fried ice cream. And the basic ingredients that you're going to need are your ice cream, vanilla ice cream, and your coating or your batter is going to be Frosted Flakes. You can use certainly the name brand, Kellogg's Frosted Flakes, Tony Tigers, whatever you like to call them, or anything comparable to it. So what we do in the very beginning, like any other food preparation process, we make sure our hands are nice and clean, and yes, I did already wash these. And we're going to take about a gallon Ziploc bag, and just as a time saver, I've already filled it up a little bit. What we do is we take the bag, open it up, and pour enough cereal in to make enough of a coating for what we're going to do. So depending on the amount of servings you're going to make, you can take the Frosted Flakes and fill up probably about a quarter of the bag would be adequate. Once you put the Frosted Flakes inside the bag, go ahead and seal the bag and squeeze out the majority of the air. And this is just so that the bag doesn't pop while you're doing the next part of the process. You're going to take the bag and squeeze it and basically crush these Frosted Flakes up into a very, very fine powder. The other option is you can lay this flat on any kind of surface like your counter. Take a rolling pin, roll this out, but the whole premise behind it is just to make the Frosted Flakes not discernible as breakfast cereal anymore, but also make it fine enough that it's going to coat the ice cream ball that we're going to put in here. So once we get this crushed down, and it'll take a few minutes just to crush this, shake it around, crush it down some more. We're going to set this aside, and the next important step is making sure that you actually leave the bag open, and you'll see why in just a second. Okay. Next thing I'm going to do is take my ice cream, and I'm going to work up a decent sized scoop. So what I want to do is just work up a decent sized ball of ice cream. Okay. And I'm actually going to take this ice cream and just put it in my bare hand. And at this point I'm going to go ahead and make a ball out of the ice cream just by passing it back and forth a few times. And once I have a ball made out of the ice cream, I'm going to stick it inside the open bag. And you can see that having the bag open early in the process is going to help you out. So excuse me one second while I wipe this off. Okay, now at this point I'm going to go ahead and close the bag up, and then I'm just going to simply roll this ball around inside the bag with all of the crushed up Frosted Flakes. And this is going to fairly evenly coat the ball of ice cream. What you can do is very gently go ahead and press some of the Frosted Flakes into the ball of ice cream for two reasons. That gives it a nice thick crust on the outside, but it also helps maintain the shape of the ball. All right. So once you've done that for a few seconds, you'll see when it's somewhat coated itself. You can go ahead and take the ball of ice cream out. And at that point, you can go ahead and set it on the plate. And actually get some of these other items out of the way so you can see what's going on here. All right. Okay. So you can set your ball of ice cream on the plate, and this is essentially your fried ice cream at this point. And to top it off, a lot of people like different syrups on top. You can certainly use the Hershey's chocolate syrup, or my personal preference is to use the caramel syrup. So we drizzle some of that right on top, make it look nice, and then we top it off with some whipped cream around the plate and on the sides, right on top. And here's what we have as our poor man's fried ice cream, very, very similar to what you get in the restaurants. So just wanted to show you that, something quick, something easy, and relatively inexpensive to make. And so next time you have taco night at home or fajita night at home, you can throw this on your family as just a little added treat. So I hope you've enjoyed it, and enjoyed the class this semester. Definitely gotten a lot out of it, and wish you well. Take care.